all sim all the time.
What is up, everyone, and thank you for checking out another SGN video where it's all sim all the time. And this is going to be my final updated 2K20 sliders, as 2K21 is right on the corner. Real quick, before we get into that, if you are new to the channel, please click that subscribe button. I put out a lot of 2K content. I put out a lot of Madden content. I put out MLB The Show content. I will be putting out PGA Tour 2K1 content when it comes out. So if you're into sports gaming at all, I got you covered. Click the subscribe button. Click that bell. Stick around. I guarantee you enjoy the content. Thank you. So anyways, let's get into the video. So basically, I've been working on an update back in May or April when 2K did an update, and I never posted it on Operation Sports. I never posted it online, and I decided, maybe I should do that now. So that's what this video is. And so the reason this video is so long is because I'm going to show the sliders off, and I have pauses for you guys to input them as you follow along with the video. So that's why the video is so long. So real quick, it wouldn't let me show settings for whatever reason. It just kind of glitched out. But the main thing here is when you put in my sliders, you need to go and you set the difficulty to Pro and the game speed to 56. Those are the two main things in settings that it won't let me show you for whatever reason. And then basically adaptive coaching. Ace, it needs to be either completely off or defense only. Do not turn offense on Ace. It really just screws with the gameplay in my opinion. And of course, if you guys have watched my rotation video, this is how you need to have it set up for rotations as well. Of course, that's a completely different topic. This is just gameplay. But anyway, I'm just kind of going over some settings here for coach settings because it does impact gameplay. Next, we're going to go over to controller settings, and again, a lot of this is personal preference. Now, a lot of people ask me with shot timing if you can use real play percentage. Yes, you can. I have not tested this, but plenty of people have told me that this works really well with real player percentage. So if you use shot timing for shots and layups or real play percentage, this will work without really any adjustments needed. Outside of that, the only other thing is I use defensive assist 0, and then I have my personal pass target profile set up in there in case you are curious and you're looking for something. That's what I use. After that, it's really just for settings. So all you have to do if you're on PlayStation, just go in and you can search my name. It's Schneid1, which I'll you can follow along right here if you don't know how to spell it. Again, this is only if you're on PS4. So everyone else, I got you covered here in just 1 second. Okay, and it'll pop up. So you can do the testing on my regular sliders, and real quick on the regular sliders. Almost 34,000 downloads. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's downloaded my sliders. It's a huge jump from last year, and I'm super excited that many people felt the need to download my work, so I really appreciate it. Now, when you import the sliders, for whatever reason, free throw difficulty always goes to 100. Make sure it's at 65 for the user. I don't know why. When it's at 100, you will never make a free throw, it feels like, especially since it's on real player percentage. So yeah, make sure user free throw is at 65. Now for the rest of these, I'm gonna kind of shut up and just kind of pipe in when there's something that I do need to address. Okay, so while we're going through the CPU sliders, I want to talk about two things that my sliders cannot account for with how it'll play. And that's number one, the user skill, and two, the teams that they're using. Because if you're using a really good team versus a really poor team, it'll make life easier versus if you're a very good player versus a not very good player. So, and that's what I get asked a lot is, how do I make it a little bit more difficult, or how to make the game more easy? Do I need to boost the shooting for the CPU or nerf the shooting for the user and vice versa? And the answer is no. Whether the game is being a little too easy for you or maybe a little too hard, there's four slider settings that you want to look to adjust in those scenarios, and they are offensive and defensive awareness and offensive and defensive consistency. And you look at these for both the user and CPU. So if you are scoring what you feel like is too easy and you're shooting too high of a percentage, you need to reduce your offensive consistency and you need to increase the CPU's defensive consistency. And what I recommend is doing in segments of 5. So just drop the user by 5 for offensive consistency and raise the CPU by 5. And you do that. Now, if the things like this, if you feel like you're shooting a good percentage but the CPU's defense is too poor, well then raise their defensive awareness by 5 and maybe lower yours by 5. And you just kind of mix and match with those in increments of 5 until you find the balance you're looking for. But it's all tied to awareness, offensive, defensive, and consistency. Offensive, defensive, and you mix and match with CPU and user. Raise one for the user, decline the other for the CPU, or vice versa. And that is how you will have to balance the game depending on your skill and the team you're using. And of course, if you've been using my sliders, you know that these are designed for broadcast camera, as 2K camera is too easy. Makes things way too easy. So let's not even get into that. This is for broadcast camera. So if you use 2K camera and you will not switch to broadcast camera, then you are not going to find the experience you're looking for with this slider setup. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy these sliders. Last year at 2K19, I had a great year in Operation Sports with 375,000 views, and I'm on pace to hit that this year as well, and that's just super awesome to me. So I will have these updated on Operation Sports for you. If the video following along is not easy enough for you, you need to just double check everything over there. So be sure to do that. And if you have somehow missed my rotation video or my MyLeague setup video, those will be at the end of the video. There'll be a little box for you to click on that as well. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm just going to let the video keep playing, and thanks for checking out the video. Stay tuned for more content. Peace.